Grey County.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Centre and J.D. MacArthur Arena here in lovely Owen Sound, Ontario. We're going to send you down to the floor as the Owen Sound North Stars head out for the playing of our national anthem.
Lacrosse is Canada's national summer sport, so at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and sing along with our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After the national anthem is the Owen Sound North Stars get ready to take on Ennismore James Gang here in Owen Sound's final regular season home game of the year. Owen Sound is in a must-win situation here. If they lose today, they need to win in Oakville, and they also need the Brooklyn Merchants to beat Six Nations here this afternoon. We can see the leaderboard here in Oakville, of course, in first place, 14-1. That only loss coming at the hands of the Owen Sound North Stars, which was Oakville's first game of the season. Brooklyn and Six Nations, they're very close. They're playing each other as well, so depending on how that game goes will really determine whether or not Owen Sound needs a win here tonight. So it's safe to say that they need to win this game. Of course, they're going up against Ennismore James Gang, who's had a tough season. They are not in a playoff spot, pretty far out of that as well. And really kudos to them for putting together a team and coming out here, and we're sure that they will put on a show for us here this afternoon. Both teams here getting ready for the face-off rather. Elliot Thompson making his senior North Stars debut tonight, wearing number 10. A couple other junior B North Stars you'll notice out there. Number 89, Carter Moran, he'll be on the floor. You can see him there just passing the ball. We've got number 27, Curtis Arnold, who had a great season for the junior B North Stars. Braden Kruger's back up again, wearing number 88. And like you saw, Elliot Thompson there in number 10. So a couple of junior B North Stars jumping up and helping their senior B team. Ennismore in. A great hit there by Jamie Hunt. Starting in net there for Owen Sound, we've got number 35, Ethan Woods. And the North Stars in with it. Skirving shot. A good save there by number 37, Jackson Brown. Ennismore with only one goalie today, so there won't be any chasing Jackson out of the nets, and they'll need to stand strong in front of their goalie this afternoon.
Yeah, as we talked just before the game, actually, they have three goalies playing today. Unfortunately for the club, or fortunately, Brandon Wilson and Patrick Pollock are playing out today. So I suppose if there was any injury to Jackson Brown, they'd be well set to have a backup put on the pads, but I'm sure that all involved is hoping that isn't the case.
Jake Rosa unable to pick up that pass there, but Liam Patton finding it and throwing that forward for Nick Quaid. Rosa takes a slash there. Buck back on the floor. Gets a good shot there. We missed him at the last home game, but it's nice to have him back here playing with the North Stars. Buck is Owen Sound's second leading point getter, just behind Jake McNabb, who is a healthy scratch tonight. AJ Skirving battling hard there. Long shot there from Ennismore. Picking that up and running in is Wyatt Barfoot. He's got in and around. His stick got up there, and he'll send that one skyward into the net. And James Gang will pick that up, and they'll head up the floor. Into the offensive zone, Cole Hanneran. Good defense there from the North Stars. As they get that one loose, a big hit there by Jamie Hunt. He's been throwing a shoulder around so far this game. And Liam Patton bringing this ball up. We've got an interview with Liam Patton later on in the program. Buck up with it. Sends that up for Jordan McMillan. That's a cross, long shot there. Good work by Brody Cascanet. It's going to go all the way down, and Ethan Woods is going to scoop that up right as the shot clock expires, so he'll send that as far down as he can, but it'll go up into the rafters. Yeah, the referee's missed one there. That glanced off Jackson Brown's head, and you could tell on the trajectory up here in the booth when it came off the glass, but they missed it. It wasn't a big shot. They're a big connect, but definitely should have had a new 30 on that one. Hanrahan in control of the play here, and it's going to go off the backboard, roll all the way down into Ennismore's zone. Jackson Brown will pick that up, and they'll bounce that forward for his team. Rolled up for Aaron Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to slow things down and send that all the way into the North Star zone as that clock expires. It'll start again as Sound picks it up. Tanner Buck bringing this up into the offensive zone for the North Stars. Jake Rosa taking a look, sends a pass down low. Carter Moran and Buck getting bounced around down there. Buck behind the net. Decides to cut around. Gets a good pass out, long shot. And a good save by Jackson Brown. Again, Owen Sound's offense is looking pretty disjointed first 4.5 minutes in here. Not much been created, and we don't expect to see a lot on the Ennismore side. They got a lot of scratches and some APs up from either the Senior C Lakefield Club or perhaps even the Junior C Peterborough Lakers. But you know, Owen Sound really needs to get locked in here and get in a groove. Liam Patton unable to come up with that one, but right out in front, they score. I'm sure they drew it up just like that. Yeah, they a long missed pass there and a little bit of confusion around the boards, and that ball's going to find its way in, and Owen Sound will open the scoring here at the Bayshore. Yeah, Liam Patton and the defender both misplayed the loose ball, and it came out to probably the most dangerous shooter on the floor, and Jonathan Peshko, and he had Jackson Brown at his mercy and made no mistake. Peshko is not going to come across many easier shots than that one, so I'm sure he's glad to find twine so early in this game. Good work from Elliot Thompson in a Senior B battle there. He's been very dominant at the faceoff dot in the junior league, but now playing with the older guys, and he's holding his own there in the dot. Jordan McMillan twisting and turning. Tanner Buck trying to pick that one up. Buck cuts to the middle. Again, they got to get the ball moving. You know, it's staying in the sticks too long.
nobody's getting touches, no one's getting flow. So again, this was another slow start for the offense. But they really want to get this fine-tuned moving into the playoffs, regardless of who they play and where they're going to be placed.
Josh Campbell battling there against Wyatt Barfoot. Big pick there from Ennismore, and now with speed cutting into the zone. Good high shot there, but it's going to go up and over the net. Ennismore picks that up, and they're able to get that pass away. Another hard shot's going to go up and out of play, so Aaron Bradshaw just missing the net, and that'll end up turning it over to the North Stars. Jake Rosa is going to carry this up. He's been dominant in his short stint here with the North Stars. And Carter Moran with the ball. Good low bounce shot there, and saved, and Jake Rosa with an aggressive stick able to knock that one free, so Owen Sound picking that up. Peshko in. Oh, tries to hit Jake Rosa and can't connect on that pass. He would have been in clear back door. Carter Moran out front.
Nice little two-man pick and roll game there with Carter Moran and Jake Rosa, and a big save by Jackson Brown on Carter Moran, looking for his first career senior fee goal.
And a hard hit up high there on Curtis Arnold, who goes down.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that couldn't have been construed as a high stick, but nonetheless, if they're going to let it play both ways, and I'm sure both coaching staff would be happy.
So Ennismore proving that they're not afraid to show up physically either. Cuts around in front, good shot. And he stepped into the zone, so Ethan Woods will get to clear that all the way up there for Elliot Thompson. Thompson sends that over for McMillan. Thompson will stay out on the floor here. McMillan swings around. Long shot there from Cascanet. Keane can't pick up the rebound. Thompson's going back for it. And he'll leave that for Ethan Woods, who throws that all the way up the floor. Dan Keane picking that up, flips that in behind him. No chance of getting that on the net, but gets it deep for the shot clock to reset, and Ennismore will have possession. And Ennismore can't come up with that. A good attempt by number 21, Aaron Bradshaw. Will Cecil carrying this one up for Owen Sound. Buck, with some patience, sends that across the floor. Long shot there for Peshko. Keane can't quite come up with that one in front, but able to get it now and connects with Cecil. Gets that across the floor for Peshko. He shoots and he scores! John Peshko. Second goal of the game and second goal for Peshko.
Well, that was great work by Curtis Arnold, keeping that loose ball alive. I mean, he flattened one of the Ennismore players and probably could have deserved a possession call here, but wasn't for his diligence. And then Will Cecil find Peshko coming off the sideboards and alone again. Hard pump fake, and Jackson Brown had no choice to bite, and he put it short side. But again, outstanding effort to corral that loose ball.
So Patton coming up with that one for Owen Sound to send it backwards, and now McMillan carrying it into the offensive zone. Rosa in deep. Cascanet finds Moran. Moran with a good shot. It's going to go off the leg of Jackson Brown. Ennismore picking this one up. Kangas up the floor.
Great strip by Jake Rosa there, and the Owen Sounds put a press on as soon as Ennismore is collecting the ball on the offense, and it's created a couple turnovers so far, and it certainly will no doubt wear down the defenders in transition.
Right out in front, Will Cecil can't find the back of the net. A great save by Jackson Brown as he gets down and covers the whole bottom side of the net. Good work from Arnold getting that to Peshko. Up top for Cecil. Cecil sends a hard pass over to Buck. Buck can't come up with it. Peshko's on it. And he's going to get stick check there, and Ennismore is going to pick that up. Owen Sound not giving them much room to think about it. but they'll send that one back, and Buck will stay out there for a little bit of pressure, and I'm sure he'll get off once this ball goes up into the offensive zone. Bradshaw carrying that into the offensive zone. Sending that one up high. Hanrahan with a wide shot. Ethan Woods throws that one forward for Nick Quaid. Nick Quaid's going to carry this one in. And he'll slow things down for his team. Tanner Buck tries to get a low bouncing shot. That one's cut off, and he's going to take a possession call there. Nick Webb sending that back in. Tanner Grandel bringing that forward for Ennisville. Owen Sound up the floor. Wyatt Barfoot with the ball now. He's got time. He gets around one defender. Flips that back for Quaid. Quaid gets that one in deep. Back to Quaid in front. And tries to go 5-hole. Great save by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, nice ball movement there in transition with Clofer feeding Nick Quaid back in the middle of the slot, and tried the quick stick and wasn't quite successful, but real good look.
Bradshaw carrying this one behind the back. And a long shot there by Josh Campbell, and he's going to beat Ethan Woods to get Ennismore on the board.
Again, you're going to want to make sure you get in the shooting lanes as a defender tonight. I mean, Ennismore doesn't have a lot of, experience and skill up front, and so you're going to be looking at a lot of perimeter shots, and this was just too much time and space afforded to the shooter here. I mean, tucked it in nicely underneath the glove of the goaltender, but you're just going to want to be a little bit busier to take that shot away.
A long face-off there. And another good face-off by Elliot Thompson coming up with it for the North Stars, but mishandled there by Nick Quaid, and Ennismore's going to get it.
Unfortunately, he not under duress at all. He threw the pass right in Nick Quaid's feet, so he's going to take his time and relax out there. He's doing a good job on the draws, but you can't afford the unforced errors like that.
That's going to go up and out of play.
And the big hit by Will Cecil on the O player coming down. Didn't catch his number, but
there's Carter Moran with his first breakaway of this Senior B season for him. He had lots of those playing on the Junior B team this year, and so it's good to see that he's comfortable and still able to be dominant out there. And we're going to get a possession call here going against Ennismore, so Owen Sound will pick this ball up. AJ Skirving in. Carter Moran, low shot, and a great save there by Jackson Brown, able to get down right on top of it and take that 5-hole right out of play. Yeah, again, he's reverting to a lot of his Junior B tendencies. You're not going to beat a lot of goalies at this level, let alone in Junior B 5-hole, from outside. So he's going to need to tuck that and get a little bit closer to the net. Good save there by Ethan Woods to keep his team in it. Holden Lowe sends that one high. And that's going to bounce all the way down into Ennismore's zone. Jackson Brown will pick that up. And now Holden Lowe's carrying this into the offensive zone. Sound carrying this one up. McMillan with it, sends that wide, hard shot, and they score. Great work by Dan Keene, and a fantastic pass by Jordan McMillan.
Yeah, good job by Rob Cloper pushing the ball up in transition. He recognized they were going to have an opportunity. He dished off to Jordan McMillan, and who made an excellent pass to Danny Keenan, who buried it with a one-timer.
So Owen Sound restoring that 2-goal lead. They're going to get a little water break here as both teams take a moment, and Ennismore taking a second here to reset and try to get themselves back into this game. Owen Sound, I'm sure, talking about some of the good and some of the things that they want to change over. You can see the coaching staff there just trying to really rally that James Gang team around them and try to come out of here battling.
Yeah, again, they put forth a good effort. They're, again, they're short on the offense today, but they've got an excellent goaltender, Jackson Brown, who's for the most part been the starting goalie in MSL with the Coburg this year, and he's got some NLL experience with Albany as well. So they're certainly not short in that area when it comes to goaltending tonight.
Wyatt Barfoot scooping that one forward. Dan Keane with it. Tanner Buck around his man. Hard shot there, and he scores. Finds a little sliver of room just on the left side there of Jackson Brown, and he's able to squeak that one through. After a brief timeout there, I'm sure that's not the way that Ennismore was hoping to respond, and exactly what the North Stars were hoping for.
Again, you don't need to get a lot of room with Bucky. He's got the good tendency to go with the twister shot coming in from the short, and he beats him short side up high. He probably had 4 inches to put it in, and that's all he needed, because that ball had eyes.
Yeah, certainly for a lefty, he fooled the goalie there. So that possession call is going to go in favor of Ennismore. Bradshaw trying to do something there for Ennismore, but now Owen Sound racing after it. Nick Quaid getting there first. He's in with his team. Backdoor here. A good shot there by Dan Keane. Better save by Jackson Brown, able to get that shoulder up. And Ennismore is going to carry this one out of their defensive zone. Bradshaw with it. Bradshaw gets held up there, looks towards the ref, no call. Sends that pass in way too hard and into the knees of his teammates, and maybe a little bit of frustration being shown there by Bradshaw. Braden Kruger.
Again, Braden Kruger, heads up in transition, getting to the open area, but again, he's coming down on his wrong side. He took a bad shot, and he's going to, I'm sure the coaching staff will let him know that, unless you're in all alone in that situation, that you're best to pull it out and look for the trailer.
Dalton Hill taking a big hit there. Ennismore still in possession with it. Cole Hanneran. And a little bit of talking going down there on the floor. Owen Sound will come up with the ball. Liam Patton carrying this into the offensive zone. He'll send that one forward. Jake Rosa takes a high shot there, just wide. Peshko with a long shot. Picking up the rebound is McMillan. Tries to go behind the back. Can't fool Jackson Brown. He's able to get his knee down and stop that one. A little bit of twisting and turning there. Number 26, Josh Breyer, is able to maintain possession for Ennismore, and he'll begin the transition up the floor. So Briers will send that up. Hanrahan. Long shot there. Bradshaw sends it wide. And that's going to go up and out of play. Carter Moran in all alone. He's got room. And they're going to whistle that one down.
There's absolutely no reason to whistle it down. That ball is in play as soon as he gets possession. So it was a favorable call for Ennismore, and
we can see one of the Ennismore players there. It looks like he'll be heading back to the bench, coming from the locker room. Not sure what was going on there, but maybe getting a few repairs. We'll certainly keep an eye on that. James Gang tries to send that one in, but that pass goes a little bit awry, and Owen Sound will carry this up the floor. AJ Skirving gets around one. Turns back, sends that to McMillan. McMillan sends that wide. Tries to get that one right out in front and can't find the back of the net. Good work by Liam Patton using his size. Curtis Arnold, he's an energy player. It's down on the floor. Owen Sound tries to pick that one up, and they're going to call that a dead ball. Ennismore sending this up the floor. Hanrahan. Looking for a long shot there. It's going to go wide. That'll bounce all the way down. So Owen Sound doing a relatively good job here at keeping Ennismore to the outside and keeping them pretty high up in the offensive zone, so they're not getting good chances at the moment. Tanner Buck sends that right out in front for Moran. And he can't beat the goalie glove side there.
Yeah, great cut by Carter Moran. Lovely pass by Bucky, but I'm not sure if it was the post or Jackson Brown who took care of it, but nonetheless, stayed out of the net.
Carter Moran tries to get around one man, gets a good pass off for Buck, back door. And unable to put that one home. Buck's gonna come back up with it right out in front. Another wide shot.
Yeah, a couple of real good looks there.
Jake Burke sends that pass right in tight. And looked like maybe a foot was in the crease there, but no call. Dalton Hill with it. Good defense there from Owen Sound. Jamie Hunt hard on his man. Aaron Bradshaw flips that one backwards. Josh Briers can't get anything off in time, so Owen Sound will pick this up and Liam Patton will carry it up the floor. Liam Patton sends that over for Rosa right out in front. McMillan can't pick that one up. Rosa's gonna find it anyways. Rosa opts for no long shot, gets a pass out in front. McMillan can't bounce that one through the 5-hole, and Ennismore is gonna pick that one back up.
Yeah, they were operating in a phone booth there, but they did a real good job on the execution of getting that shot off with Jordan McMillan, but he's in pretty tight and didn't have a lot of room.
Ennismore trying to find something, sends an errant behind the back pass there, nothing off the backhand, and Ethan Woods able to securely pick that one up and send it forward for Owen Sound. Now Carter Moran carrying this into the offensive zone. Moran sends that over. Back over to Quaid. Quaid, Moran out front. Tries to go 5-hole again and can't get that one to go. So that's gonna go out of bounds, and Owen Sound's gonna pick it up with a fresh clock, so Ethan Wood's gonna head off. And we're gonna get a timeout called here by Ennismore as they try to just put a little pause here on the Owen Sound momentum, and they know Owen Sound is planning on keeping Ethan Woods out to have an extra attacker out there for the final possession.
Yeah, I think Owen Sound actually would have had to make the timeout, being you can't make a timeout when you don't have possession, so they were in position to play 6-on-5. I guess they wanted to draw something up and make sure everybody was on the same page rather than just freelancing. So with 13 seconds to go, we'll see what they come up with.
You can see both coaches there and trying to encourage their team. Coach Jones hard at work there over top of the whiteboard, and I'm sure drawing up something real special for the North Stars. They had one great response goal earlier after the timeout, and they went over and chatted with Coach Jones, and then Buck was able to get the ball off the draw, run it all in, and score on short side. So we'll see if Coach Jones can draw something else up for them to put them up by 4. And the man who loves those drawn up plays is going to start with the ball here with 10 seconds left to go. Buck sends that over. Rosa cuts. Hard shot by Peshko. Right out in front. McMillan can't handle that one. That clock's going to run out. Good work by both teams here in the first period. Owen Sound up 4. And Ennismore able to beat Ethan Woods on a shot there by Aaron Bradshaw earlier in the period. He's able to get a nice long shot underneath the glove there, but Owen Sound getting the better of the Ennismore James gang in the first period. We'll see how both teams respond here. Owen Sound, of course, like we mentioned earlier, in a must-win position. We'll be right back after this break with a interview from the Ennismore James gang, and then we'll break down a little bit of what we saw after that. Stay tuned here on Rogers TV.
Don't forget to tune in to Rogers TV with the upcoming summer shows through the season, and of course, starting in the fall, the new host for Grey County Life.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bayshore Community Center in J.D. MacArthur Arena. I'm joined here by Tyler Grandal. Tyler, tell me, how is it towards the end of the season after a tough year going into enemy territory and playing an away game like this?
It's a little tough. We've had a bit of a struggle this year getting numbers to the arena, and obviously came short most of our games, but we got a pretty good numbers out tonight. We're looking forward to it, and we're going to battle, try to get a couple points.
Can you tell me, is there a lot of hope looking forward to next season here? Are you confident in this core group of guys that you have?
Yeah, of course. We're obviously a young team this year, but we've all played together growing up. So hopefully as we all grow older and get a little bigger, we can battle a little bit better, but I'm looking forward to the future for sure.
Excellent. And if you could give us just one word of what you're looking for from your team tonight, what would that be as these young fans look on?
Probably grit. Just looking to battle tonight, try to get a couple points. It's a good team, but if we play good, then we'll come out with a couple points.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned here on Rogers TV for the next period of play.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Welcome to the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, where an incredible music experiment is about to get underway.
You gotta have a great chorus.
Every time I step foot on the stage, I feel alive.
We are here to make stars.
We're showcasing the 25 musicians who will be placed into 5 bands. One group will be dubbed the Supergroup and win a recording contract.
This is y'all's moment to launch your whole career.
Bandit, the musician competition. New episode Saturday at 7 on Game TV.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law, requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in J.D. MacArthur Arena. We had a pretty eventful first period there, but Steve, I think, the thing we're noticing here, we're back in a must-win situation. I'm not sure if you could maybe give us a Coles Notes version of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, unfortunately, last Saturday, Mitch Gustafson, who appeared in the lineup for Owen Sound, had previously played in the MSL with Coburg back in May of 2022. And when you come down a level, you in the OLA, regardless if it's major to senior B, junior A to junior B, or junior C, you need to be reclassified. It is a reclassification. I've been doing management in senior B and MSL for 20 years. Never heard of a player not being granted reclassification. However, you do have to fill out the paperwork, and unfortunately that didn't happen, and as a result, Brooklyn protested. They somehow found out that Mitch had not been reclassified, and the 2 points were taken away from Owen Sound and awarded to Brooklyn. So that's, now they, instead of being behind Owen Sound by a point, they're actually ahead by 3. So they need a win tonight and a win tomorrow in Oakville to have an opportunity to secure second or third place. With a Six Nations win against Brooklyn tonight, the same scenario with it would be true, where Owen Sound would have to beat Oakville in the final game to end up in second or third. With a Brooklyn win tonight, that would secure third place for Owen Sound, and they meet Brooklyn in the first round of the playoffs. So obviously, with Oakville being the juggernaut through the regular season, you don't want to have to play them in the first round if at all avoidable. So this is why tonight is important, and certainly tomorrow's game in Oakville could be very much we're positioning on the line. So.
Absolutely, and like we said, if Brooklyn does win tonight and Owen Sound able to find a way to squeak out a win here, and they may be poised to play Brooklyn in the playoffs, and there might be a little bit of added rivalry now after the last few days.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, certainly there'll be some animosity. It was, pretty tough when you have Owen Sound beating Brooklyn 3 times that they met this year, and to have your positioning overturned due to a technicality, probably doesn't sit well with most of the players, and certainly doesn't sit well with the coaching staff and management, but it is what it is. Now they have to do what Brooklyn didn't do, and that's a win on the floor.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking forward to this next period here, and Owen Sound up here 4-1 against Ennismore. Ennismore, of course, having a tough season, and this is definitely one of those games that if there were odds on the outcome, Owen Sound would certainly be favored, but we'll have to stay tuned and see how both teams respond here after this break.
I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade, and they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
I'd like to take a moment here and thank Boston Pizza for their continued support of the Owen Sound North Stars team. If you'd like to order from the Owen Sound Boston Pizza, you can visit them at www.bostonpizza.com or call them rather at 519-370-2003. Thank you, Boston Pizza, for your continued support of the Owen Sound North Stars and the Senior B OLA competition. Both teams coming out and getting ready. Ennismore lining up, and Owen Sound out there now as well. And it looks like Elliot Thompson there, he's making a little bit of a plan with Liam Patton. Both teams currently, or Owen Sound rather, just with 4 out there. They're going to send another one. No penalties called yet in this game, and we'll see if that changes here in the second period. Elliot Thompson on the draw. He's been very good this year. That one gets pushed back between his legs, and Owen Sound will come up with it. So good work in that faceoff dot.
Yeah, he's done a great job stepping in tonight. So I'm not sure how proficient Tyler Grandel is with Ennismore, but nonetheless, Thompson's looked good.
McMillan sends that over. Moran swings around, gets a good shot. Peshko can't come up with that one, and Ennismore will bring this one up the floor. Brody Cascanet back. Good work with his stick there to send the defender wide. He's going to have to throw that one back out towards center. Carried back in by number 28, Boyd De Clemente. That one almost beats Woods. Jamie Hunt coming up with that one and sending that across the floor, and now all the way up for Brody Cascanet, who's playing a double shift here. Dan Keane out in front. Good glove save. Brody Cascanet with the shot. That one goes wide. Jake Rosa able to come up with this one. Brody Cascanet swings to the middle. Sends that one across the floor. Back to Dan Keane. Keane doesn't have many shooting options. Sends that up for Brody Cascanet, who sends a long shot in. He gets leveled to the floor. Owen Sound has time, but they're not hustling for this ball. They'll let this one go to Ethan Woods, and I think they're just going to let this shot clock run out unless Wyatt Barfoot can work some magic here. And that's going to run out, and now Ennismore will get the ball in the offensive zone here.
Again, you know, the referee should probably let that go. I mean, it was Owen Sound got a little sleepy on that loose ball transition, and one was called back earlier on Owen Sound, and I would say that one was probably should have been let go by the refs and would have resulted in a breakaway for Ennismore. But
Patton trying to come up with this one. He gets turned away by Dalton Hill. Patton still battling, able to find it eventually.
Great strength on that. He had nothing but an arm to hold off Dalton Hill, who's not a small guy, and you know, made the recovery and picked up that loose ball.
Curtis Arnold, tons of excitement there from him tonight. He's playing with a whole new level of energy that we were seeing towards the end of the junior season, where Curtis Arnold was just a difference maker in almost every game that he was out there, and certainly playing with that same level of energy and excitement here tonight. Wyatt Barfoot on his man. He gets picked. AJ Skirving picking him up. Ennismore. Good passes there and a great hit. AJ Skirving He's got some speed here. 2-on-1, he'll get a good pass away. Shot here, and a great glove save by Jackson Brown. Braden Kruger picking this one up. Brody Cascanet sends that across the floor. Rosa in tight for Buck. Buck can't find the back of the net.
Buck was all alone. He had all day, and he kind of rushed his shot there, and I don't know that he knew he had that much time. 2 feet in front of the crease against Jackson Brown, but looks like Ennismore's going to toss the ball away.
Good work there by Ethan Woods to cut off his man. Liam Patton brings this one up into the offensive zone. He'll bounce that one forward. Rosa takes a hit right out in front, and Buck can't find the back of the net. He gets leveled again.
Again, nice little 2-man game, pick and roll. Bucky slid to the net, got the feed from Rosa, and just couldn't quite beat Jackson Brown 5-hole. It looked like he tried to go again. And Jackson's been pretty proficient about keeping that Woody in this spot and thwarting any opportunities to go there.
Good work here. McMillan, long shot. That one gets juggled there, but Jackson Brown comes up with it again.
Yeah, that was a bit of a desperation shot. That's not Jordan McMillan's strong suit, trying to score from the perimeter. He's a gutty little player that gets in tight and he does a lot of hard work setting up goals and getting the odd one himself, but 35-footers are probably not a big danger area.
Can't handle that pass, and it's going to go almost back into the offensive zone there. And Owen Sound picks this one up with speed. Will Cecil in alone. And that shot attempt, a little bit of a waste there. Doesn't get a lot of power on and sends it right into the chest.
Now, Will has incredible speed there, and he showed it, but he had a nice couple good hard pump fakes. Jackson Brown bit, and he threw it right in his belly. He could have just walked him across the net, and he had the whole open net. And again, it's Will doesn't have a lot of finish to his game, but certainly with his speed is going to open up things in transition.
And another easy save there from Jackson Brown. And now we've got a 2-on-1. Great save by Ethan Woods. Owen Sound bringing this one up the floor. Sends that one all the way up. Carter Moran with a great pass. Cuts around the middle. Good shot by Rosa. Couple of quick passes there. It looked like two of the best shots on this team. Neither one of them wanted to shoot the ball. Wyatt Barfoot getting a call, just a possession call, so still no penalties in this game. Holding on to that is number 26, Josh Briers. He'll pass that one off. Long shot here, good save. Ethan Woods, Wyatt Barfoot carrying this up. Flips it forward for Liam Patton. Quade's off. So we've got an attacker out there with the ball out in front. Buck scores! A great transition goal there by Owen Sound. Quade rushing to the bench, trying to free Tanner Buck, and he does just in time. Buck gets in all alone, and a great shot there to send Owen Sound up by 4 goals with a score of 5-1.
Yeah, and again, that time you see Bucky not try to go 5-hole, and he goes upstairs just under the elbow, I think, and rewarded with his 2nd goal tonight against his Coburg MSL teammate, Jackson Brown.
Another good face-off by Elliot Thompson, able to free up Barfoot to catch that one, and he'll send that all the way up the floor. McMillan with it now. Sends that across for Arnold. Dan Keene. Tanner Buck. Back to Keene. Buck. Good shot. Can't get that one. Ennismore with a long lead pass, a little bit too far in front, and they'll have to battle along the boards here. Good speed shown there by Ennismore, and Josh Campbell picking that one up without any hesitation. Can't get that long shot away. Swings to the middle, and a long shot goes wide. Cecil picks that one up and sends it up for Brody Cascanet. Cascanet sends it up. Around the back, long shot. Cascanet with it. And he's going to wait for his team to come all the way out. So Will Cecil will head off there and free John Peshko. Good passing here. McMillan with it. Peshko getting guarded pretty tight. Rosa cuts to the middle here. High shot, and he scores! Right over top of Jackson Brown.
A lot of creativity shown there on an individual effort by Josh Rosa. He faked the flip pass back to the shooter, and the defender bit, and he was able to walk right in here. You'll see it on the replay as he just little fake bottom guy bit. Jackson Brown was left hanging out to dry, and outstanding goal there by Jake.
Rosa beats one man, fakes a pass to beat another, and then able to beat Jackson Brown as well. Liam Patton picking this one up. Another good face-off by Elliot Thompson. He's been lights out in the face-off dot this afternoon. Keane takes his time and sends that one down low for Peshko. Peshko with lots of time up high for Buck. Buck with a long shot. Owen Sound tries to pick that one up. Curtis Arnold with it. That's the energy that we're accustomed to seeing from Curtis Arnold. He'll get into all those areas and do whatever he can to fight for that ball. Peshko with it. Keane, back to Peshko. He's got time. Long shot there off a defender and wide. Let's say that one off the goalie, so reset the clock. Dan Keane around the back for Peshko in front. Takes his time, tries to go off the back of Jackson Brown's leg and tries to deflect that one in. And
yeah, he just ran out of real estate there. Again, a great feed from Dan Keane. Peshko going to the net. He got himself on the wrong side of his preferred shooting side and ran out of space trying to come back around.
Great work here from Braden Kruger on Clayton Hilker. And Ethan Woods comes off his post a little bit, but that shot goes wide and no trouble.
Yeah, Dalton Hill put a real nice move on Will Cecil there and created a great scoring chance. And you know, luckily for Will, it did not go in the net.
Cecil sends that one forward. Brody Cascanet takes his time. McMillan comes out on the floor. McMillan tries to catch that with a lane in front. Keane instead. Another good shot as he falls into the crease. Jack Burke. He'll hold on to this one for Ennismore and battle his way into the zone. He loses that one though. Nick Quaid. He's got Wyatt Barfoot back to Quaid, and Quaid can't handle that pass, and he'll have to slow things down and reset. He'll get this one down low, right out in front. Buck tries to go under the glove. And Ennismore will begin their transition game. Not in any rush. Holden Lowe's carries this up the floor. Back over for Hill. Sends out one wide, long shot. And a good save there by Ethan Woods on Aaron Bradshaw. Another long shot by Hill.
Again, I mean, they're going to be looking at a lot of long shots here because they just don't have the skill at this point to play inside and with a two-man pick-and-roll game. But they're going to want to get out in the shooting lanes, get over top of the stick, and force them to step around, just make the shots.
Good save there by Ethan Woods, and he'll fire this one all the way up the floor. Rosa, he's got some time here. He'll slow things down, and he'll take that one all the way in. He'll have to fight for this loose ball, and looks like we might have a frozen shot clock. Oh, there, it's reset now. Curtis Arnold tries to cut around, gets a shot away. And a good save there by Jackson Brown, just able to get a piece of it there and sends it off the post and able to keep that one out. Wyatt Barfoot picking that one up after a missed pass. Barfoot's going to slow this one down. He's got a chin strap hanging loose, so he'll flip that one over and head off the floor. Braden Kruger sends that up for Keane. Keane across the floor, Cascanet to McMillan. Buck sends that low. Good shot there by Cascanet off the mask of Brown. Keane with it. Sends that across the floor. Buck around the back. Cascanet can't come up with that one. He'll have to fight for it. Able to get the loose ball there. Peshko. Peshko, not a whole lot of room here this evening. And a long shot by Cascanet. He scores. And referee's calling just a quick water break there. Goal will count. Good work there by Brody Cascanet, picking that one up and getting a quick long shot off. He's got almost a foot of space there. Goalie comes across and just catches him a little bit flat-footed after that quick step.
Yeah, a little dish from Peshko, had drawn the double team, and as he stepped back, looked like he might shoot. He flipped over to Cascanet, who I think froze Jackson Brown, who thought he might be going back the other side, and he beat him to the stick side, about elbow height.
Well, we can see Jonathan Peshko, he's almost never without two defenders on him when he's got the ball. I think Ennismore realizing he's got an extremely dangerous shot. Tall guy, so he can send the ball in at a whole bunch of different angles. And so he plays the position of a playmaker here this afternoon, and Brody Cascanet able to capitalize on it. Elliot Thompson stepping up into the face-off circle. Tyler Grandal opposite to him. Grandal will send that one forward, but Owen Sound able to pick that up.
Yeah, Dalton Hill was in position to pick up the loose ball and dropped his stick. So tough night in the draws for Ennismore. They won that one cleanly, and unfortunately for them, we're not able to pick it up though on the miscue.
Peshko's got room. Good shot there and a good save by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, Jackson Brown took that short side away, and again, you got to respect Peshko's height, where he can reach around the body of goaltenders, being a 6'4", guy with real good hands. But Jackson Brown stood tall there and took that away.
Kruger battling. Good work from Patton not to bite too hard on the pick, and Owen Sound with some great defense here. Cecil and Kruger pinning him in the zone, and they're gonna run out of time on the shot clock. Ethan Woods will scoop that up and send it up for the North Stars. Liam Patton getting low and blocking that one. He'll scoop it up now. Buck sends that in. Peshko over to Cascanet. Back to Cascanet.
Well, Cascanet had Peshko wide open going to the net,
and Buck with a backhand shot, he scores.
Well, yeah, Bucky got knocked to the ground and got up and kind of, again, threw it hockey backhand style, not generally the over-the-shoulder backhand you find in lacrosse. And Jackson Brown got a piece, but wasn't enough to keep it out of the net.
See a good work there. So Cascanet gets knocked down. And then right there, you see Jackson Brown, he got the initial piece of it there and just couldn't get quite enough to stop that momentum.
Yeah, the top spin beat him.
Another good work there. Elliot Thompson, he wins it with his foot, but unfortunately that's a call for Ennismore, so they'll get possession. Ethan Woods sends that up the floor, and Nick Quaid racing for this one. He'll have to play it off the boards. And good hand-eye coordination there. McMillan picking this up, getting it knocked loose. He'll get there again. He's got Moran out there. He's got Skirving. And he'll send that back for Skirving. Keane out there. Peshko with it. We'll send McMillan out there as well. Rather, Tanner Buck. Carter Moran over to Keane. Keane with a long shot off the back of a defender in wide, so that'll be Ennismore's ball. Ennismore sends that one in. Hilkin with it. Takes a long shot there off the post. off the post and up out of play. I'm going to say touched a bit of the goalie, so Ennismore will hold on to possession here. Good hard defense by Owen Sound off the ball as well. You love to see that. Possession call going in favor of Owen Sound. Carter Moran picking this one up in the defensive zone. Cascanet across the floor. Good shot by McMillan, and he scores again.
And again, nice to see Jordan McMillan make that cut. You know, he's had a good night tonight doing what he does best and mucking it up down low, keeping loose balls alive. And there he made no mistake with the catch and shoot. Quick release, and Jackson Brown, no doubt, is getting fatigued at this point. He's not getting much of a break here, and whether it be in transition or offensive sets now by Owen Sound.
You see a great play here, gets it across the floor. McMillan doesn't stop moving those feet and able to find the back of the net.
And again, that's more the area you expect Jordan McMillan to score from, not outside the dotted line, but inside the dotted line when he's going to the net.
Good work by Jamie Hunt to win that one forward. Barfoot picking this one up. Liam Patton with the ball. Over for Peshko. Back to Patton. Buck. Long, low shot. Keane can't pick that one up. Skirving misses that check. Patton trying to help him out, and Ennismore is going to slow this one down. Nick Webb will send that forward. Bradshaw carries this one in. Kruger gets beat, sends that one forward, but not ready for it. And Kruger's going to pick this one up, and they've got the long change, so he's got a chance here. He'll send that forward for Curtis Arnold. In, good shot, he scores! Curtis Arnold picking up his first Senior B goal of the year.
Yeah, very fitting that Braden Kruger also get the assist on that. He did get beat, but he got right back into it, was able to pick up the loose ball, and made a great decision to get it to Curtis Arnold, and he made no mistake underneath the glove of Jackson Brown.
Two junior teammates connecting there, and some of their few senior games that they'll get this year. Barfoot putting pressure in up high. Rosa on it. Barfoot heads to the ground. Elliott in alone, and good work there by Arnold. He tries to get another breakaway shot there, and a good save by Jackson Brown, who I'm sure, Steve, like you said, is starting to show a few of those signs of fatigue here late in the second period. Hilkin sends that across for Bradshaw. Across the floor. Hill over. Hanrahan twisting, turning. Bradshaw tries to get a stick on it. Hill picks this one up for Ennismore. Sends that one in, and Liam Patton. Okay, Liam Patton deflects that one up and out of play, but the shot clock had already gone, so Owen Sound will maintain possession here. That was a risky and almost unfortunate play there for Owen Sound. Cascanet. Long shot there, tries to go high, top corner. Moran picks up the rebound. He's going to get in alone. Good shot there by him off the backboard. Bucks picks it up. Behind the back there. That's a real lacrosse backhand there.
Yeah, it's probably ill-advised, just on the reset to take a low percentage shot like that. But again, guys are, not that they're letting off the gas pedal here, but they're trying a few things that ordinarily they may not get an opportunity to do in a game when you're up 10-1.
Owen Sound has not found themselves in this position too often this year, so I'm sure they're feeling a little bit good about this right now.
No, I mean, Ennismore gave Owen Sound all kinds of fits in their 2 games in Ennismore. They took last-minute goals to pull out victories in both games. Owen Sound only won by 1 goal in each of the meetings earlier in the season.
Elliot Thompson got tangled up a little bit there with Jackson Brown, and they exchanged words as Thompson headed back to the bench. Hilkin getting stick checked and losing his balance there a little bit. Ennismore still with the ball, but they lose it there. And Patton won't be able to get there just in time, but clock will run out. He's going to send that all the way up into the booth here. We could have maybe reached out and caught that one.
Almost had a souvenir.
All right.
Or one between the eyes. It was that close.
You know, it's never a good game when the production crew gets involved in the game. Peshko sends that high for Keane. Keane to Cascanet. Cascanet sends that one in low. Buck across the floor, back to Keane. Keane beats one defender. Tries to look for that high pass back to Peshko, doesn't have it. Goes behind the net. Finds Buck. Buck looks across the floor, has Cascanet. Cascanet tries to go under the arm, and good save there by Jackson Brown, able to squeeze that elbow against the body and stop any sort of chance of that ball going in. Barfoot picking that wild pass up from Jackson Brown, and they'll send this right back into the offensive zone. Cascanet across the floor, Buck. Can't connect with Keane there. Keane leaping and just misses it, so Cascanet's going to battle for it. Peshko with it. Peshko, not a whole lot of room to shoot here. Sends a pass to Buck. Buck's going to send that one wide. A minute left here, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Owen Sound's going to let this one drain out. They'll probably pick it up and throw this all the way back down into the Ennismore zone. So Ennismore's going to pick this one up. And they've got probably one possession here before the end of the period to do something. Great defense there by Will Cecil. He's not giving them any room. He doesn't care how much the North Stars are up. He doesn't want Ennismore with the ball for even a second. And he'll take his man right to the ground. Good work by Cecil. He'll take a stick to the back as well, but shakes that one off, picks it up, and Ennismore only gets a few steps into Owen Sound zone. Cecil slowing things down here. 15 seconds left to play. Buck holds on to this one. They'll probably drain this one out, maybe get one shot on net. Peshko shot. He had room there, and good save, and that's going to run out the clock for the end of the period, and that'll bounce all the way down to the empty net, which it does go in, but well past the end of the buzzer. So Owen Sound picking up 6 goals there in the second period and able to keep the door closed there. Ethan Woods doing a good job with a few good saves, not facing a whole lot of traffic there in the second period. Owen Sound showing a little bit of their dominance, and both looks like a couple of goalies there having a little chat, and nothing too concerning. So both teams will head off for a short break, and we'll be right back with an interview with number 21, Liam Patton of the Owen Sound North Stars, right after this break.
Hi, I'm David Sherman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me on Rogers TV for Politically Speaking right here.
It was the most enchanting evening of my entire life.
Watch all your favorite heartwarming episodes of When Calls the Heart on demand.
Be ashamed to put my talent to waste.
And cherish all the seasons from the beginning.
Well, it sounds pretty good to me.
And be sure to join us July 30th for the much-anticipated 10th season.
This is so exciting. Fantastic!
When Calls the Heart, seasons 1 to 9, only on Super Channel On Demand.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. I'm joined here by Owen Sound North Star, number 21, Liam Patton. Liam, you've been a dominant force on the back end towards the end of the season, jumping up on the rush a little bit more. How much do you feel like your versatility is a factor on this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fast team, so I'm just trying to fit in and utilize my strengths as best I can and just try to push the pace. And so far we've had, good success as a team, so just looking to keep that going.
Great. And Liam, you've got a pretty new team here. We're looking at a lot of junior call-ups, a few APs last week as well, some new faces coming in and some old ones leaving. How does that affect the culture in the locker room, especially going into playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, turnover can be challenging sometimes, but we have a really good leadership group, some of the players in the room and coaching staff and stuff like that. So the message doesn't really change, and we just kind of follow their lead, and kind of that's how we move forward with that.
Excellent. And, we are so close to playoffs. Last home game of the regular season, one more on the road coming up. What are you guys looking for? How are you mentally preparing to take on a tough playoff matchup?
Yeah, just building the right habits, right? Something we've been trying to do all season, just setting the tone and trying to get hot at the right time and carry that into playoffs.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Rogers TV, and we'll be right back after this break with the next period of play.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship, but as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
Lovely viewers, it's your host of On the Couch, Antoine El-Hashim, reminding you to tune in for every episode of Season 9 of the longest running and most loved local queer talk show on Rogers TV. Check it out.
Welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. I'm joined here by my co-host Steve McCarthy. Steve, we had a pretty good Owen Sound period there. 6 goals, none against. Of course, I think some of this is starting to show, maybe some fatigue. I think probably on Ennismore's side beyond just this game.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, they come in here short-handed, have a number of affiliate AP players playing in the lineup, and they put forth a great effort. They just don't have the horses offensively to mount much of an offense, so they're very perimeter based. The ball isn't moving a lot, so they tend to have one player that has the ball in his stick for quite a duration of their 30-second allotment, and then they settle for the long perimeter shot, which is either being handled by the goaltender Ethan Woods, or it results in a wide shot, and Owen Sound's been all over the loose balls and goes back in transition the other way.
Something we think we've seen a lot of this game that I'm sure I know I've heard you talk about throughout this season, and we've harped on a lot from the booth here, is seeing that ball and players moving down low near the offensive zone net. I think we're seeing a lot of that tonight. Not a whole lot of perimeter play.
Yeah, and again, it's good to see. Again, they're playing against a club that unfortunately for them has only won 1 game, so you should be able to execute at a level, that is reflective of the standings. I mean, Owen Sound has been, amongst the top 4 teams of the year, and Ennismore has been in a rebuilding phase and not had a lot of positive results, and so you would expect that Owen Sound would stick to the game plan, try to work on things that they're going to need to be able to execute against the better clubs as they go into the playoffs.
Absolutely. We're seeing, always fun to see some of the junior B guys come up, and Curtis Arnold having a great game so far, showing a lot of passion, getting a goal there, so that's good to see. And on the back end, Will Cecil putting in some work, and even Hunt and some of the other guys there just really playing the body, making sure that Ennismore doesn't even get a chance to regroup in any sort of way.
Yeah, Will Cecil's been real aggressive tonight, and again, he's become a big, strong kid. I had the pleasure of coaching him in the Arena Lacrosse League 2 winters ago in Oshawa, and Will was a really good athlete, really good speed, but he was undersized, and he's done a fabulous job of building himself up through the gym and through fitness and no doubt nutrition and everything that goes with that. And he's always had excellent speed, and he had 11 games in last year with NLL, the Georgia Swarm. So he's got game, and when he plays with an edge and plays with some authority, he can be a real effective player.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to see how both teams respond here. Owen Sound, of course, up by quite a few goals here, up by 9, and now, it's easy to take their foot off the gas, like you were talking about earlier, Steve, but we'll see how both teams respond. Ennismore, of course, their season, pretty much done after the regular season, not going into the playoffs, so we'll see how these teams come out here into the third period right after this break here on Rogers TV.
Don't forget to tune in to Rogers TV with the upcoming summer shows through the season, and of course, starting in the fall, the new host for Grey County Life.
Connection. We all need it. We live for it. It makes us feel like we're a part of something bigger. It makes us laugh, cry, and scream out for the world to hear. Connecting Canadians has been our focus for over 60 years, and it's just the beginning.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in J.D. MacArthur Arena. We'd like to take a moment here and thank Boston Pizza for their continued support of the OLA Senior B Bug Juice North Stars. If you'd like to order from Boston Pizza, you can visit their website at www.bostonpizza.com or give them a phone call at 519-370-2003. Thank you, Boston Pizza, for your continued support of our Owen Sound North Stars. You can see some smiles there on the face of Owen Sound, and Ennismore not even out on the floor yet. They're going to potentially get a delay of game call here.
Yeah, I would think if it wasn't 10-1 and the game not meaning a lot, there would be it could be a 2-minute penalty for not being prepared at when the clock is ready to roll. But
absolutely. We'll take a quick look here at the scoring leaders. Ryan Lanchberry of Oakville, he's there in first place. Owen Sound needing a win tonight, and also needing Devin Pfeiffer and the Brooklyn Merchants to win tonight against Six Nations to avoid playing the ever-dominant Oakville Rock in the first round. Owen Sound's Jake McNabb there in third place and scratched tonight, and likely will be for their next game, but he'll be back for the playoffs. We look forward to having him. And Carter Moran doing a good job at filling some of those shoes tonight. Ennismore with the ball here in Owen Sound zone. AJ Skirving on his man. And that stick gets right into the feet, and
again, a pretty good call actually with the referee. It easily could have been called a trip, but they just give possession back, and I'm sure Patton will keep two hands on his stick.
And a hard play there, Elliot Thompson taking his man down to the floor, and Elker able to hop up after that. And now we've got Nick Quaid in all alone, takes a shot, and good save there by Jackson Brown. Little flip pass there, and number 26, Josh Bryers, will carry this up into the offensive zone. Bryers sends that wide. Hill twists and turns. Takes a couple of whacks, gets that pass off, and Bradshaw sends that shot wide and all the way down the floor as that shot clock ends. Carter Moran trying to get down there first. He's in alone now. Shot, scores! Carter Moran, he's on the board with that 5-hole shot. He loves that 5-hole in Junior B. It hasn't worked so well for him tonight, but there he is. And
we'll see in the replay. It may actually went the other side of the leg, but I'm not disputing your eagle eye here, so we'll get a look. It might have went under the glove.
No, it's anything but an eagle eye. Take a look here, and little bounce pass. Yeah, it looks like probably just over the knee. Well, good work there by Carter Moran to get on the board here this afternoon for Owen Sound. Quick goal, making it 11-1, so Owen Sound up by double digits. Good battle there from Quaid, and Elliot Thompson not afraid to throw the shoulder there as well. This is the kind of defense that Owen Sound is going to need to play in the playoffs against, of course, a much stronger team, but nonetheless.
Yeah, and again, I think that's just a result of too many times Ennismore players tend to get the ball stuck in their stick, not moving it to open areas, and thus they're allowed to give up the double teams and lose possession.
Keane sends that over for Peshko. Peshko has it, gets around his man, can't get the shot away, so he'll look and send that up to Buck. Buck sends that across. McMillan able to find Keane. Keane gets in with a shot. And a good save there by Jackson Brown off of a not very intimidating shot there, but Keane picks it up out in front, and that's a far more dangerous shot in the slot, and Jackson Brown coming up strong again. Josh Campbell twisting, turning in his own zone. He'll carry this one up. Sends that up, and battling is Charlie Kangas for it. Kangas swings to the middle here, sends a short little pass, and good idea, but now Owen Sound. Peshko in alone, here's his chance, shot, and he holds on to it a little bit too long again and runs out of room.
Jackson Brown outguessed him that time and went all the way far side where Peshko has beaten him twice, and great job by Jackson Brown, and you know, it was Peshko's got a great set of hands on him, and you know, good for Jackson to get over there and take that away.
Two good saves there by Ethan Woods, one on Bradshaw, the other one coming up high there from Josh Campbell. Right out in front there, Moran can't add another one to his tally tonight. Good effort to pull it across the net, and a great desperation save by Jackson Brown. Dalton Hill carries this one up. He'll turn that back and send an errant pass all the way back down into their zone. Good work by number 18, Jamie Hunt, who's going to keep the offensive stuff going, and I think we're going to get a fight here. And Dalton Hill, he just attacks him, rips his helmet off, and throws a few punches right to his face. Jamie Hunt never once tried to fight, didn't try to get the helmet off, and
yeah, I think Jamie's going to need to go for some repairs. Dalton, because that interaction was in the change box, will be receive a game misconduct, no doubt, for that, and possibly a face mask 5 fighting. So double major is also a game misconduct. So
Jamie Hunt just getting fed 2 free shots there, not looking to fight, just being a little bit of a pest, but certainly not deserving of a couple free punches to the face. So he'll head off for.
Well, when you're going to get engaged with a player, and he had given Hill a few shots, and you know, I don't know that he knows Dalton reputation-wise or not, but when you see a guy take his bucket off and gloves off, you either be ready or get on your high horse and get out of there. So I shouldn't have come of any surprise that he got a couple landed on the beak.
So Hunt playing the role of agitator here, but not answering the bell, and ends up with game misconduct there, going in the direction of Dalton Hill. And Jamie Hunt, I guess, suffering the consequences of his actions, is off getting some stitches or whatever it is they need to do to patch him up to get him ready to get back out here.
Well, it looks like it's a 7-minute power play, which again is unfortunate because it's been a hard-played game. Referees have allowed a little bit of stuff go, and both teams have showed no chippiness and played hard all day. So, you know, I can appreciate Dalton's response to being taking a few extra shots from Jamie Hunt, and you know, when you've had the season they've had and the score is 10-1, you know, it doesn't. Not a big shock that something boils over at some point.
So goaltender number 27, Patrick Pullock, who's playing out this afternoon, is going to go and sit for some of this power play in place of Dalton Hill, who's gone to the dressing room. And you can see the frustration there on Ennismore James Gang's head coach as he hollers over to the referee, and you got to sympathize, I'm sure, with a little bit of that emotion that he's showing. Peshko up top, long shot from Keane. Rolling across the goal line, picked back up by Ennismore. They'll flip this one forward, and Owen Sound will get in the way of it and unable to pick it up. Number 4, J.J. Breyer, stepping out for the first time this game. So Owen Sound will carry this back into the offensive zone. Buck sends it across. Up high for Peshko. Peshko with time, finds Buck. Buck goes 5-hole, good save there by Jackson Brown. Barfoot keeping an eye on things. Bradshaw. Good battle there along the boards, and Barfoot and Arnold battling there against Bradshaw. We're going to get a possession call going in favor of Ennismore as Arnold comes in there. And
yeah, the ball was loose and Curtis Arnold knocked the player down. And again, that's just probably ill-advised with only a couple seconds left on that shot clock. But
looks like Ennismore just really trying to get out of this game. At this point, they're doing a good job. They're showing their passion and will to play by holding this ball along the boards, not letting Owen Sound play around with it on the power play at all. You got to give them credit for that effort there. Great work killing off some of that penalty and not giving Owen Sound an inch there to try to get the ball back into the offensive zone. But with that shot clock running out, Owen Sound will carry this back in. Keane to Peshko. Rosa in front. Tries to get that low shot, and Jackson Brown gets his foot there. Dan Keane picks this one up. Keane down low. Back for Peshko. Rosa twists and turns. Good pass off right out in front. Keane off the crossbar. Peshko picks this one up. Back to Peshko. Over to Buck. Sends it backdoor for Keane. Keane around the back there. Good backhand shot.
No, that's a pretty suspect call, but I guess in 10-1, Dan Keane did a good job warding the Ennismore player off the ball as his teammate picked it up, boxing him out, and he was called for the interference.
Ennismore tries to get a good backdoor pass in, but off the back of a defender, and Carter Moran will carry this in and slow this play down. Buck will hold on to this for a little while and let his whole team get back out onto the floor. Sends that up for Peshko. Keane across for Buck. Buck to Peshko. Long shot by Peshko, he scores. There's that hard shot that Peshko's been unable to get off most of this game, and now on the power play he's got a little bit of room to work with it, and about 3 minutes and 44 seconds left on this penalty. You can see the replay here, a little bit of back and forth from Buck. Buck looks at the net, sends it up for Peshko, and no bodies in the way, just try to get their sticks in, but Peshko's shot is able to get all the way through that. And Owen Sound will be now up 12-1. Good work again by Elliot Thompson on the face-off dot. AJ Skirving flips that one forward. Jake Rosa sends that over for Buck. Buck to Peshko to Keane, back to Peshko. Buck tries to sneak that one around back door. That was a fancy little shot, but it just goes wide. He had the right idea. Backhand pass there to Keane. Keane over for Rosa with a high shot. He finds top Jetter, and they go up 13-1. Great shot there by Jake Rosa.
Yeah, he really threaded the needle there. It was a lot on that shot, and just the top corner, and wasn't much Jackson Brown could do. He had taken most of that net away. So again, that will likely release the 5-minute major. So Ennismore should be back 5-on-5, and Patrick Pollock, who might be serving that penalty now, they've even allowed him to be released. So ordinarily the player would serve the entirety, but since he's already been escorted from the game, the player serving the penalty does not have to sit in the penalty for the duration.
Another face-off win by Elliot Thompson. Liam Patton getting that ball off for Carter Moran, who's playing a little more defense than he normally plays in Junior B. Peshko in with it. He's got some speed, can't get around his man. Now he does, sends a pass back and unable to handle that one, so Brody Cascanet gets back in time. Gets that pass for Keane. Keane with a long pass down low. Buck tries to get a quick one-touch shot off, but good save by Jackson Brown, who captures it and gets his team moving this one up the floor. Jordan Dayball bringing that into the offensive zone for Ennismore. Now Curtis Arnold, him against Dayball. Arnold gets a shoulder in, gets around Dayball. Skirving there to pick up the loose ball. Sends that up for Wyatt Barfoot.
Yeah, Curtis Arnold knows one direction once he has that ball in the stick, and that's let me know where the net is, and I'm going there until I can't go any further. So
he tends to stay on his feet about 50% of the time and on the floor the other half. That ball goes by Skirving and McMillan, and McMillan will have to go back to pick that up at the end of the shot clock, so he'll leave that at center floor, and Ennismore will pick that one up. Josh Campbell with some speed. He'll turn that one around back to Campbell. Campbell slows up. Bradshaw with the pick there. Up high for Hilker. J.J. Breyer's out there, not A.J. Skirving. Forward for Keane. Cascanet slows the play down here. Buck comes out and Peshko comes out. Just under halfway left in this period. Peshko can't get that shot off. Moran out in front for Buck, and Buck with a good attempt, he'll end up on the floor, and now we're gonna get two more players going at it, and referee's gonna try to break this one up before it turns into a fight.
Yeah, been a good job by the referee to let them know they separate and no harm, no foul. Again, the referees have done a tremendous job today, just letting the guys play and not letting tempers boil over. And you know, it's we hope to see more of this as we go forward in the playoffs as the intensity winds up.
Josh Campbell with some good feet there, and he's able to just get a shot away, but a little bit wide and all the way down into Ennismore's zone. Carter Moran after it to try to put a little pressure on the goalie. Wyatt Barfoot picking that clear up. He'll send that in for Moran. Moran's going to slow things down. He'll trot up to the fire point, the zone. Back over to Moran. Moran's going to work along the boards. Good pick there by Barfoot. And Moran taking a hit, gets a shot away to pass away to Peshko, sends that wide.
Yeah, great vision by Carter there. You know, didn't panic, walked the top of the zone and found Peshko for a great scoring opportunity, and John just couldn't hit the net.
Ennismore sending that up the floor. Cole Hanrahan, leading scorer here for Ennismore with the ball. Sends a bounce pass over to J.J. Briers, who can't handle the initial one, and now we've got another fight. That looked like maybe Patrick Pollock, who started to go there against number 10, Elliot Thompson, who's been very dominant and a little bit of a pest too. So it looks like Pollock will find his way to the box. And they're gonna just send him right out of the game. So Patrick Pollock, who sat to serve the game misconduct for Dalton Hill, has earned himself a game misconduct.
Yeah, he's no doubt probably got him for the face mask as well on here. So
take a look at the replay here. So Rosa, there's a little bit of contact there, and then a bit of a late, nothing really. And I think he's taken exception to, it looked like just a bit of an errant stick that happened to tap him in the head. It wasn't, you can tell, not intentional, just accidental, and you know, could definitely get a call for that. But then, yeah, there's the face mask grab, rips it off of him, and well, welcome to Senior B, Elliot Thompson.
Yeah, I don't see how Thompson gets a penalty on this, being on the receiving end, but again, you know, looks like there's going to be a 2-minute power play on the board. I'm not sure. Looks like they might be sending Thompson to the game. Don't quite get this. For him to be getting a major and game expulsion for being on the receiving end. But nonetheless, again, the referees, like everybody else, probably wants to get this over with 8:16 to go in a 13-1 game. And yeah, it wasn't as egregious as the earlier. Well,
you can see Wyatt Barfoot maybe doesn't totally agree with that call either. And
well, they've given him a 10-minute misconduct. I don't know, you know. So neither one actually got game misconducts, although that will run out their time with the misconducts. And the unfortunate part is they'll have to send bodies over to serve the penalties, since Owen Sound will go on a power play after the 2-minute expires. And it'll be,
so Owen Sound sending Braden Kruger to the box to serve that one. And it looks like they may be having to send 2. So Buck is going to head to the box as well here. Kruger's actually going to leave the box. And on the side of Ennismore, they don't actually have anybody in the box at the moment.
I'm perplexed at how, again, me not being an aficionado at the rules, I only yell and scream but don't necessarily know them all. Ennismore got the 5-minute major, yet they're still in possession of the ball. So generally it's the second penalty that dictates possession, and I don't know that the Owen Sound player did anything to deserve a penalty. Little nonetheless provide the offense still going the other way, but again, it's a moot point at 13-1 with 8:16 to play.
Certainly is, and Owen Sound, I'm sure, not arguing too much on these calls. I don't think they see a huge threat to their lead with only 8 minutes to go.
And we're just waiting for Ennismore to select a player to serve the 5 minutes, and looks like he's on his way now.
So, take a look down there. It looks like number 15, Jack Burke, is going to serve that penalty, and Ennismore now away. Good work there by Ethan Woods to cut off that short side of the net. So we'll get a little bit of 4-on-4 action towards the end of the game here. We haven't seen that yet. Peshko, good pass. Good save there by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, a little 3-on-2 out of transition there, but again, Jackson Brown made one of his numerous saves tonight, and you know, not often do you heed praise on a goaltender that's given up 13, but Jackson Brown has kept this within 3 or 4 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly been, he's faced a lot of shots, and he's faced a lot of good shots and a lot of odd man rushes, and has come up on the better side of it more than once. And there you've got Aaron Bradshaw, who finds his way to the front of the net, and he beats Ethan Woods. So a defensive breakdown there for Owen Sound. And
yeah, and I think you'll, again, I think it's Wyatt Barfoot got taken outside. He didn't get any support from Curtis Arnold there on the backside, and they both got beat to the net, and Bradshaw did a great job bringing Ethan Woods across and dumping it back the other way over his shoulders. So,
and it wasn't too heavy of a pick by Josh Campbell, just great speed by Aaron Bradshaw.
Yeah, just not respecting your opponent in that regard, and Skirby
great work
fell
by
down
Skirby
off
there
and managed to wrangle the ball loose to get help there. Good job. Way to stay with it.
Peshko will hold on to this. Sends that to Keane, back to Peshko. Peshko takes a long shot, he scores, and just like that, the 12-goal lead is restored. That is not, that's not a line that I think I was prepared to say at the beginning of the season.
But no, and again, you just can't give John Peshko that kind of time and space, and you know, he's got a laser of a shot. He sort of drops down the sidearm for most of his outside shots, and you know, again, if you're not going to be in the shooting lane, you better attack him, because he can get a lot on it in a quick period of time, and he's got deadly accuracy.
Holden Lowe's carrying that into the offensive zone. Hilker with it. Clayton Hilker twists, turns, gets around in front, gets a high shot, he scores.
Again, that's just poor defensive play, getting beat one-on-one, and kudos to the Ennismore player who kept going to the net, and you know, outstanding job by Hilker. Yeah, you know, full marks for that goal, and again, you just can't, you know, go to sleep at any point in this game, and you know, obviously the game score is not in doubt, but you want to finish strong, and again, that's 2 defensive lapses in the last 2 possessions that Ennismore's had, and Owen Sound's going to want to tighten that up and finish strong here the last 6.5 minutes.
So Ennismore with possession here, down by 11 goals with just under 6.5 minutes left to play. Going to go up and out of play off of an Owen Sound player, so Ennismore will regain possession in the offensive zone. Ennismore. Good work there against Josh Campbell. Patton picking that one up. Great work by him. Flips that one over his shoulder to Wyatt Barfoot. And Buck is going to slow this one down. Gives a hand signal to his team and lets them know. Let's settle this one down. No need to shoot early on in this shot clock. We're in the lead. We can use up as much time as we want. Barfoot to Peshko. Back to Buck. To Barfoot, long shot. Good save. Peshko picks this one up and able to kill a little bit more time here. So that's exactly what they're looking for. McMillan with the wide shot. He'll reset that clock again. Peshko's going to get there. Barfoot gets off so that Rosa can get out there. Rosa to Buck. Buck down low. Buck to Peshko to Rosa. Rosa backhand to Buck. Buck with a bounce shot. And they're going to try to get a fancy backhand shot there, and they'll roll down. Rosa will pick this one up and carry that back into the offensive zone with about 5 minutes left to go here in the third period. Buck to Rosa, to Peshko. Rosa. Peshko. Rosa shot. Good block there, and Jackson Brown will scoop that one up and he'll send this up the floor.
Yeah, and Owen Sound was really lucky there. Ennismore had a guy going for a breakaway and couldn't corral the pass. Just the way it's gone tonight for Ennismore, and again, Owen Sound's kind of been sleepwalking here the last 7 or 8 minutes, and they probably want to at least finish strong in the power play here.
Rosa, good shot there, just goes wide. Can't pick up that rebound. And good work there by Buck to battle for that ball. 5 seconds left. Sends that one in, and they're going to reset the clock. So Ennismore, with 4 minutes left, has possession of the ball. Up the floor, Carter Moran with the ball. He'll slow things down. Sends that back for Liam Patton. Patton checks the clock. He'll send that to Peshko. Peshko slows things down and sends it to Buck. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Buck, Peshko, Keane, shot, gets blocked. He has to find this one. And Ennismore will be in possession of this one, 3.5 minutes. Buck tries to cut that one off. Good work by him. Couldn't quite get there in time, though. Josh Bryers. And it looks like number 15, Jack Burke, has been released from the box now, so all players that are left in the game are out on the floor. AJ Skirving and Wyatt Barfoot, 2-on-1. They got a trailer in Cascanet. Good shot there by Barfoot. Good save by Jackson Brown with the behind-the-back backhand pass. Ennismore sends that one all the way up the floor. 2.5 minutes left to play here at the Bayshore. Swinging up high, Cole Hanran. Long shot there, good save by Woods. Didn't know where it went initially, but able to find it afterwards. Nick Quaid with the ball. He's going to slow things down. Bounces that for McMillan. McMillan to Keane. Keane sends that back for Buck. He's got Moran open. He's got Cascanet. Cascanet heads off, and they're going to get too many men call there. Cascanet just saunters out, and
yeah, again, it's just again, it's not that it has any bearing on the result of the game, but you just like to see a team be sharp from beginning to end, and this last half, third period is anything but for Owen Sound. I know they've sent a few guys to the locker room. As you can see, they're pretty thin on the bench, probably having a few guys nurse injuries or just risk not overworking them with a game tomorrow night with this one already settled. But again, kind of when you start going through the motions and when injuries can happen or fluke things seem to happen, so you certainly want to see them finish out this last minute and a half. Looks like they're just going to rag the ball and not even take it to the net. So
Cascanet will walk this one back. He's got Skirving. I'm sure they'll toss it back and forth a couple of times here, and he'll go right behind the net, kill the next 10 seconds or so, and launch this down into the Ennismore zone. Send that up for Moran. Moran rolls that one all the way down right at the end of the clock, and trying to scare him a little bit there. Might have been number 10, Brandon Wilson, the other goalie, who's playing out as a runner tonight. Good defense there by Cascanet, able to knock that one loose out of Josh Campbell's stick. Keane will carry this one up. They've got just about as much time on the shot clock as they do on the game clock, so I think they're going to run this one down, and we'll likely end this game at 14-3. Both teams are getting ready to pile onto the court here and shake hands and say thanks for coming to town and thanks for the 2 points. So Owen Sound giving each other some handshakes there as well. They'll go and congratulate Ethan Woods on a solid game, only letting in 3 goals. And like that, with that win, we're waiting still on the results of the Brooklyn Six Nations game. If Brooklyn has won in Six Nations, and their game may still be going on if you're watching this live, if Brooklyn does win, because Owen Sound won tonight, then Owen Sound will likely avoid having to play Oakville in the first round, as that will be Six Nations matchup. If Six Nations has won tonight, then Owen Sound is going to need to win tomorrow against the Oakville Rock, who again have only dropped 1 game this season. Of course, that being to the Owen Sound North Stars in their first game of the year. So good work here by Owen Sound. I'm sure still, Steve, I think you'd agree, some things to work on.
Yeah, you know, again, it's, you know, you can point fingers at a lot of things, but I think the first period wasn't all that fluid for them. They really looked good in the second period. In the third period, for 10 minutes, they took it to them, and then kind of, you know, I think partially with the result of the score and being never in doubt that they took their foot off the gas and, you know, made a few mistakes, but they were also playing shorthanded that third period and getting some junior B kids into the game and getting them an opportunity to play. And for the most part, they all showed well today.
Absolutely, good passion there being shown on both sides, and Ennismore showing that they're not willing to go out of here without a fight. Absolutely proving that, you know, they want to be respected as a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and you know, both literally and metaphorically. I mean, Dalton Hill, you know, teed off on one of the Owen Sound players, Jamie, and you know, took a couple big shots. A little skirmish later on, but yeah, full marks Ennismore. They came here, you know, pretty much understanding that they were going to be in tough, as they've been for most of this season, and they put forth a great effort, you know, and outstanding goaltending by Jackson Brown, and you know, again, you can never be too proud of yourself in a 14-3 margin of loss, but you know, they showed that they're competitors, and there'll be brighter days, sunnier days in Ennismore, no doubt. This is just an anomaly and a couple down years for the club.
Well, playoffs, they're starting Friday. We're likely here in Owen Sound not going to be winning home floor advantage with how the standings will shake up. Even if we were to win tomorrow, it's unlikely that we would regain that second place position. That being said, playoffs start Friday. We will be back here on Rogers TV, likely for Game 2 of Owen Sound's playoff push. And we'd love to have you here joining us on Rogers TV as Owen Sound enters into their playoffs tomorrow against Oakville Rock, and that'll be a tough battle.
Yeah, you know, anytime you play on the road, it's tough, and when you go into a barn that's got a team boasting a 14-1 record, you know, it's no easy task. But again, Owen Sound knows what's on the line for them. Oakville, you know, it's just another game. There you got to prepare for the playoffs, and even still for them, their automatic berth into the President's Cup this year as the host team. So, you you know, there's far more on the line for Owen Sound tomorrow than there would be for Oakville.
Absolutely. Owen Sound really needing to get past that first round if they want to be in the President's Cup this year. So this game, very important. Of course, the result of Brooklyn and Six Nations is also quite important for the success here of the Owen Sound North Stars this season. So thank you so much for joining us here on Rogers TV. We will be back with you again in the playoffs here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena.
Senior North Star game in 3-2 and 1. John Patton.
Deal with the Ministry of Natural Resources, the Ministry of Revenue, if it's illicit tobacco or alcohol or something like that. Any animal cruelty or stuff, we can handle that as well. And then absolutely anything under the criminal aspect we can deal with. And we all live in the community. We all see what's going on basically. And we found with COVID especially that there was an uptick in the number of tips there because people were sitting at home with nothing better to do than to look outside their window and say, wow, look at that over there. Maybe I should tell someone. And they did. And it, had positive results. And it's, the drugs are a prime example. Often, when we're seeing the information that's come in when we're assessing the tip, the board, we get a very filtered version of what came in. But sometimes that, okay, that tip is either going to be from a family member of someone who's using drugs and, they want to get them off and are looking for a way to help them, or it's from someone who's got an axe to grind or whichever. And as long as the end result's right, we're okay with that.
Peter, our time has gone. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. The message is community safety is everyone's responsibility, and use Crime Stoppers as a way to communicate a concern, if you wish, or for sure, 911.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Don't forget to tune in to Rogers TV with the upcoming summer shows through the season, and of course, starting in the fall, the new host for Grey County Life.
I'm here to find a husband.
Mondays.
Someone who's truly going to show up, love me, and be there for me.
City TV's got all new episodes of The Bachelor